Hello, people,
hmm hmm hmm
and
Um,
happy Women's Day for everyone.
yeah, happy Women's Day to everybody, and also, don't forget, you're pretty like a girl.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that was still the weirdest comment. I like it's living rent free in my head. That comment is literally living rent free in my head.
Now at
So,
least it makes sense.
I guess, but also at the same time, like I'm not entirely sure how I was supposed to take that comment.
I would take it more as a statement.
I guess, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll just tell chat you guys are all handsome like a guy, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. Do we
Yeah,
have a
let me
plan
invite.
today, or are we gonna?
You had some questions, right?
Yes.
And I was figuring that you might want them answered.
Yeah, the Paulsen.
Yeah. So let me invite you. I think I invited you
All right,
correctly.
let's go.
Yes. Alrighty. So you see the board, I hope.
I do. I see everything.
Awesome. Now, I don't know why I'm a bit picky on this, but if you could turn off your engine, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, I'll turn both off engines and evaluation.
Actually, evaluation, I don't really mind, actually.
Okay, well, I think it's probably good practice for me to have both off.
Yeah, that's true, too. So, e4, c takes, knight takes d4. So can you tell me what you're looking for, or what kind of... basically what you're looking for here.
So I usually like to play this one line. That goes like bishop d3, bishop e3. Oh, whoops. Bishop d3, bishop e3, f4, queen d2.
Let me see if I can... wait a second.
But I'm not entirely sure how to the line doesn't always work, right? Obviously, it depends on which line the opponent plays, and I just try to play it in every scenario, and it doesn't always work out, and that really sucks.
I do want to give you... How do I give you ownership as well? Because I don't see your moves.
Oh.
Make student, maybe? I don't know. Helps at all.
Yo, thank you so much, Nicola. Thank you.
So I'm just trying to figure out...
Thank you. No worries at all. Nicola, thank you. You're absolutely awesome. Wait. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Muting, I don't think helps.
I'm sorry, I have no idea how to do it.
No worries. So
I hope everybody.
I mean, anyways, you see the board. So
the women
knight c6, knight c3, and I saw
awesome
you struggle with one thing, especially.
Yes, I think it was the queen c7 line, the knight f6, queen c7 line. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, let me see.
Thank you, Nicola.
I wonder if I can maybe pull the volume up a little bit. Okay. All right. Let me see. Okay, so here there's a difference between queen c7 and knight f6. I don't know if you knew that.
I think I do.
But for some reason, when you see knight f6 in your games, although it's a bullet game, you really don't react. So do you know by now or at the moment what you're supposed to be playing here?
Knight c6, right?
Well, knight takes c6 could be one of them, but there is a much easier way. I mean, you do play against the Sveshnikov, right?
Yes, I do.
So here you can just go knight db5.
Oh, knight db5, okay.
I wonder if...
Don't worry about it. Like, I can make the moves as we go along.
Oh, okay. All right. So anyways, if knight f6 without any queen c7, you're supposed to go knight db5. I mean, you can go for knight c6, and that's supposed to be the best, but this one's a little bit lazier.
Okay.
I mean, you do get into the Sveshnikov, and that's something you play against anyways.
Yeah, this is very true. I'm pretty used to playing the Sveshnikov, so
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way that they can like divert from that, right?
They have two moves. There's bishop b4, and there's bishop c5.
Okay.
But bishop c5, you have bishop f4, threaten knight c7s.
Mm-hmm.
And if castles, you just go bishop c7 and bishop d6, and you get these slightly better endgames.
So I go bishop d6 and then.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that. Yep.
And with bishop b4, you can just go a3, bishop takes, knight takes c3, and you just go bishop d3 castles, and you get a slightly better endgame.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, this is nothing spectacular. Black may somehow make a draw, but oh well. If they want to suffer for it, well, that's
sure.
life.
Give me 1 second. I need to update a
Yeah, go ahead.
command.
Okay. Oh, they're asking in my chat that if you could turn your volume up a little bit.
My volume for what? You?
Yeah, I guess through Discord. I don't know if that's.
Wait, like my own volume? Wait, that's on you. You just
that's on me. Okay.
You just click on my profile and
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just slide it up.
All right, thanks.
No worries.
All right, that works. All right, now I know something.
Yes, we're learning every day.
We're learning. Okay, so this is the knight f6 one. You can go knight db5, and the reason I wouldn't want to 6, because why would you learn this big complicated line for one simple variation?
Right.
It feels like a waste of time.
That's fair. So we could just go for the Sveshnikov. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, so just knight db5 when the 4 knights are out.
Understood.
So I also saw queen b6 against you. You faced this one.
Yeah, this one I'm not too worried about. Usually it's just knight to b3, knight c3, and then bishop e3, right?
Yeah. So, but I just wanted to make this one short because you faced it in a game, and you played knight c3 a bit too early.
And then I got hit with the bishop c5. Yeah, this is why you gotta play knight to b3. I'm very well aware. It's just I think when you play bullet, you just kind of play autopilot.
Yeah, that's true that you're autopiloting, but I was trying to make sure that you know that you're supposed to play knight b3.
Yeah, I am well aware of that.
Okay, so that was just basically a mouse slip, practically. Knight c3, queen c7. And it was funny, I remember I told you that against knight f6, you're supposed to go knight db5. So you started playing knight db5 and a3. But actually, if you remember, it did work out well for you.
It did not, indeed.
You said did not?
I don't think it worked out that well. I'm always trying to go for this bishop e3, bishop d3, queen d2, and f4 plan, but I don't even know how to get it to that point anymore.
So, I prepared that one for you exactly. So instead, you would go bishop e3 here.
Okay.
a6, a3. So I would suggest you to play this line. This is played by Grishchuk, who's a decent poker player and a top 10 player as well. So best of both worlds.
So wait, what's the difference if they just go bishop to b4 now?
Bishop b4, you have knight db5.
Okay. And after knight db5?
And then you can go a3.
Oh, that's true. Okay, just go a3. Well, if queen a5, still a3.
Yeah, it's just a3.
That makes sense. All right.
Black is very much underdeveloped to do any actions. So it's not quite ready for anything yet. a6, a3.
Oops, I accidentally reset the board. Go back.
No worries.
Okay, got it. So usually they have to play a6 on move 6.
Yeah, a6 and a3. So you should just remember that you're supposed to play a3.
Okay, even if they play knight f6, then it's still a3.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
So a3, and the whole point is you'll never face bishop b4 anymore. Knight f6, and here you must go f4 because you wanting to pressure e5.
Wait, so what move would that be on after?
So bishop e3,
Mm-hmm.
a6, a3.
Okay.
a6, a3, knight f6, f4.
All
So
right,
it's
got it.
move 8. Move 8.
Move it. Okay. Yep, I see that.
Okay. F4, d6. And now you're at a crossroads, actually.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a couple of things. You can go long castles, or you can go short castles.
Okay, I like long castling.
Now, of course, long castle is a bit more riskier, and if you feel you want to have more like a classical attack, you can go with your usual queen f3, bishop d3, and castles.
I mean, that looks like a Scheveningen, right?
This is basically a Scheveningen with the a3 move, which is not a bad inclusion.
Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, both attacks are fine. I'm not really picky as long as I get to attack. The
Oh,
Scheveningen
okay.
attacks are a little bit more less like, pawn slams up the board.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I would say if I'm in a situation that I don't want to risk some, but I still want to go for an attack, then I would castle short.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're still having the chances of winning the game, but you're not risking as much with long castles. But I do understand that sometimes you would want to go long castles because the situation tells you so.
Right, this is true. Mm-hmm. So I mean, both look fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
try out both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, bishop d3 happened in this game. Bishop d3, bishop e7, castles, castles. Let me fix this. Castles, castles. Queen f3,
Mm-hmm.
knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, e5. Now, knight takes d4 is not forced. They can go bishop d7 too.
Right.
So knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, e5. And here I'm going to leave you a little bit
Okay.
and want to ask you, what moves would you consider here?
F takes e5, bishop e3 are pretty natural.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, give me 1 second. I just need to grab a sweater. I'm really cold. Okay, be right back.
No worries. No worries. So, all Chatterinos, if you're looking at this position, it's always a good idea to sort of list all the possibilities that you have in the position. So, Nemo just mentioned f takes c5, but there are some other moves as well. Meanwhile, let me welcome people. Jorge, hello there. Thank you for following. Same to you, Vicky and Isaac. Also, Marco Batman with the huge raid of 1. Welcome. So yeah, these are tricky positions, by the way, because if black manages to develop, then white will have some long-term weaknesses on c2 and e4. So white does have to be somewhat more careful. You're back, I assume.
Yeah, I am back.
So I'm wondering here, we did mention e5. So you mentioned f takes e5. Any other moves you could or you would consider? IMX, thank you for that.
Honestly, bishop e3 is considerable. So is bishop to f2 actually. Yeah, I think I actually prefer bishop e3 or bishop. I'd probably just bishop e3.
Bishop e3 is more on a feel, or just looks better than bishop f2?
More on a feel.
Okay. Well, you feel alright, because bishop e3 is the move that was played. F takes e5, for some reason or another, this is never good enough. Like, it usually is around even, but you have to keep the tension. And actually, that's one of the things that I noticed in chess. The more you keep the tension, the better your position gets.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's literally, the old rule of like, hey, whoever exchanges first in the center gets the worst end of the deal. And it applies especially to like queen pawn positions, because the centers are always so tense. So yeah.
And that's kind of funny that you're telling me that, because I just realized right now, I haven't realized this for a long time. Like, nobody told me what you just told me right now.
Really?
Yeah, nobody did. So
That's interesting. Okay. I was always instructed when I was a kid to never swap off anything, basically.
Yeah, I was instructed the same way not to swap too much, but
Yeah.
but now I kind of realize that, oh, every exchange is sort of detrimental to your position.
For sure, for sure. If you're the one initiating it, because technically you're
Exactly.
actually giving your opponent one extra move. Since, yeah.
Yes, so bishop e3, and even if we look at it from that perspective, the d6 pawn is backwards. If you take on e5, d takes e5, and then that backward pawn is gone.
Yep, I can see that.
So bishop e3, e takes f4. So this is another moment where we need to look around a little bit. If we have some extra options.
You're realistically in no rush to take that pawn, but I like bishop takes f4. The reason I usually like bishop takes actually, bishop takes f4, you always look at it, I always look at it this way, that you're also attacking the d pawn, but I know the gameplay is usually towards the king side anyway, so I think both bishop takes f4 and queen takes f4 are pretty okay.
Any third options?
There's also bishop d4, but I don't really want to play that. I think the bishop does fine on f4.
So, yeah, bishop f4 I think is a logical move, but probably because Potkin wants to put the pressure on the king side. He's going to keep the bishop on this diagonal.
Okay.
Now, bishop d4 is a typical pawn sacrifice. It's a little bit King's Gambit-y. Like, if they really want to play g5, let them play g5, because then the king gets super weak. You really don't want to move pawns in front of your king like that. And I guess bishop d4 in this sense is very logical. However, as far as I know, what we're mostly afraid of, if black can get bishop e6, knight d7, knight d5 formation, we're in trouble. Or at least we're not better anymore. So I guess the reason why we don't see bishop d4 now is because of bishop e6 and knight d7, knight d5.
Got it.
So queen takes f4, bishop e6. In fact, that's what happens in this game. But just for our knowledge, there is a second move that we can consider here. I mean, notice that black is still a couple of moves behind, so we can take advantage of that.
Okay. I mean, we just go with Potkin's plan, right? With bishop d4?
Well, yeah, we can go Potkin's plan with bishop d4, but there is another move here, and I think it's well worth taking a look, because you don't always get the position that you're preparing for.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe rook f3?
Rook f3, okay. So what's the plan behind rook f3?
I just want to go rook g3. Oh, there's also knight to e2, knight to d4, but that's a little bit slower.
Okay. So we've got knight e2, rook f3. Okay. You know what? Give me one more. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just curious if what would be your idea. And feel free to take your time if you need it.
Okay. There's always rook to d1 as well.
Rook to d1.
Yeah.
Okay. So rook f3, by the way, would lose.
Because of knight to h5.
And then we're sad a little bit.
Yep, the queen's trapped. Okay. So can't do that yet.
Can't really do that. So because your queen is over here, you can think of these rook f3, rook g3 maneuvers, but not in these type of positions. So whenever you have pawns exchanged on e5 and f4, you should forget about these maneuvers. So I think I know what you're referring to, but I'll come back to that one. All right. So queen takes f4, bishop e6. Right now we have one terrible piece, right?
The bishop on
Yeah, on d3.
Yeah, e3.
E3 or d3?
Well, I mean, d3 bishop can always be activated if you play e5.
That's true. So, we do want to activate this bishop if possible.
So if you want to play e5, then we go bishop d4.
Okay. I mean, you can go for well, you can't go e5 just yet because too much pressure.
Yeah.
But is there any other ways we can go for?
Well,
To activate this bishop?
d4 and then e5?
Apart from the e5 idea.
Oh, apart from the e5 idea? You can go knight d5. Debate them to take.
Does that work?
Not really, no.
You know, I am basically just like a psychiatrist. I'm the wall. I'm bouncing back. So knight d5 might be great or might be bad. I'm asking you.
Well, okay, so if knight d5, bishop takes d5 doesn't work because I mean, after e takes d5, knight takes d5, there's queen to e4. So that is not great for black. But if he takes back with the knight instead, there's still e takes d5, and if bishop takes d5, there's queen to f5. So technically, it could work, but also at the same time, black is not obligated to take on d5, right? He can just play queen to d7, and well, I guess you can play. If you play knight takes e7 after I get the paired bishop, but if you play knight takes f6, it's just bishop takes f6. I don't like that either.
But with queen d7,
oh, sorry, not queen d7. There's a knight to b6, so instead we have to go queen to d8, maybe.
Yeah. But even here, this is beautiful with the bishop pair.
Yeah, this is very nice for sure with the bishop pair. Yeah. But I want to checkmate him, so.
Well, you can still checkmate, can't you?
You can, but I guess you can go bishop d4 now, which also is really, really strong. But I feel like there's still knight to d7.
Let me stop you right there for a second. I think you're in a rush to make moves. A little bit in a rush to make moves.
Right. Is this not one of those positions where you kind of have the initiative and you kind of need to keep up the initiative?
Yes, so of course you do want to keep the initiative, but I think your thoughts are too fast.
Okay.
So you need to slow down a little bit. In fact, maybe it's even better if you lean back a little bit and just observe. A little bit of distance sometimes helps. I
mean, I like bishop to d4 here.
Okay. So, one of the things that you should look for a bit more, especially if it's, not 1 minute game, but 3, look for alternatives. Look for weak pieces that you can attack or exploit. Now you can throw a couple of moves at me too, like just a couple of suggestions, like 2 more, and then try to work with it.
There's queen g5.
Okay.
Queen g3, I guess. Queen to h4.
Okay.
Rook to e1.
Okay, so yeah, these are all great moves. So now you just have to put some reason behind one of them or the other. And also, I'm curious. So, what do you usually do if, like, you're playing 3 minutes or 5 minutes games?
Bishop d4.
Meaning, not what move would you play, but how do you use the candidates method?
Oh, I mean, when I only play bullet these days.
Okay.
So when I play bullet, it's the first move that comes into my mind. Just play by intuition.
Okay.
And intuition tells me bishop d4. And I choose to trust my intuition a lot these days because,
I get it. I mean, especially in bullet, you need to use your intuition. But so the slower the time control, the more you have to spend time.
Actually, I play my 90-minute plus 30 games like it's bullet too.
No, okay.
Yeah, I don't think I like, sure, I sometimes use the candidates method, but it's more just like I have this bad habit of overthinking when I start using the candidates method. A
Yeah.
really bad habit of overthinking. So
Mm-hmm.
I just like to be like, okay, bishop d4 looks good here, rook e1 looks good here, queen g5 looks here, but my gut feeling tells me bishop d4.
Mm-hmm.
So
The thing with that is that if you have a good feel for it, it might be the second or third best move of the computer.
yeah, this is true.
If you put more time into it, it will be number one. Now, that's actually the other interesting thing, and let me just address one question that was asked in chat. What is a candidate's move? So I assume you also studied the Kotov book and like how to think like a grandmaster and
Alexander
stuff.
Kotov's, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Dude, that book was so hard for me to work through. I tried working through it when I was like maybe 1400.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a book for more like now when I'm, 2200.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
like, yeah, that book was rough, man. That book was really rough. But the thing is, Kotov's book wasn't even that, like, with modern day analysis and engines, Kotov's book wasn't even that accurate.
well, but the way of thinking, I think it's not necessarily too bad. Like the idea of using candidates, I think, is a great thing to do.
For sure.
And even computers use it on a different level.
Yeah, of course, of course.
So, in this position, of course, my first thought would be exactly like yours. Go bishop d4, go rook e1. However, if I would just use a bit of your tactical mindset, which one of the pieces of black is a little bit loose?
F6 knight.
F6 knight, what else?
D6 pawn.
Well, what can we do with the d6 pawn?
Nothing really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is think like a grandmaster, Jim, yes.
I don't really see anything else then.
Well, it's International Women's Day. What about the lady?
I guess, yeah, but I don't really see a way to attack the queen.
Well, you could maybe put some pressure on it.
Rook to e1?
How does that put pressure on it?
Threatening e5. Well, you're not even really threatening e5. E5 might be okay, but I don't like e5 either, because... Well, actually, e5 is not that bad, but it's just not something I want to play in these kind of positions.
So I would be thinking of how I could activate this bishop other than bishop d4.
Well,
Is there
bishop
another
f2,
way?
bishop h4.
Can we use the same idea, but with reverse logic? So not bishop f2, bishop h4, but a different route. Do let me know if I'm confusing you a little bit.
I don't think this is reverse, but queen h4, bishop g5.
Yeah, probably.
That's not really reverse though, but like, yeah, I understand what you mean. Yes.
Yeah, it's not really a reverse.
Okay. No, I understand the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, so here queen h4 would be super strong, and I'm pretty sure it's the best move.
Okay.
Because now you have e5, like you have these tactical tricks. Oh, okay, let's play some random move instead, and now you have this.
Yep.
And now there's no knight d7 because of queen takes e7.
Yep.
So, and of course, then now you have bishop g5. So the thing is that bishop d4 is a very good and a decent move in bullet.
But we were trying to go for the best move here. Got it.
Yeah, but if we're going for the best move, so what I'm usually trying to do is try to find weak spots in my opponent's game. And especially, as you mentioned, that Your opponent is going to try to go knight d7, knight d5. I'm just trying to stop that. So it's not even that I'm trying to make queen h4 happen. It's just I just want to be a meanie.
Right.
Just trying to be Mr. Grinch over here. Okay, so knight d5 is, by the way, the other move you can play. Bishop takes d5, e takes d5, and in fact knight d7 is pretty bad because of queen e4 as well. And g6, queen d4, and this is also a very good position for white. You've got the bishop pairs, play that way. Anyways, back to the game. So bishop d4 happened, knight d7, and now we again have to figure out how to continue.
Okay, so candidate moves are knight d5, rook to f3.
Just a disclaimer, forget about rook f3 moves when the e and f pawns are gone.
Really?
Please.
Entirely?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, but now there is no knight to h5.
You're not losing on the spot, but it's not supposed to happen in this position, or this is not something you're supposed to be playing for.
Okay, got it. But if the pawn's on e5 and you got e4, f5, those kind of structures are okay for rook to f3?
I am going to show you the position where you can do it, okay?
Okay, got it.
So it's not here yet.
Yeah.
By the way, my chat, she's not angry, she's concentrated. Those are two different emotions.
People always think I'm upset when I'm not smiling. It's literally just my resting face.
Yeah, I mean, I had to post a picture on Discord recently. I'm not gonna say why. And people, if I will post it again, people will think I'm angry. I was just concentrating.
Yeah, it's just whenever you're concentrating, it just looks like that. Like all my pictures when I play chess are just look mad AF, but it's just literally just me.
I mean, when you're either concentrating or smiling, you can't do both.
Yeah, exactly. It's very hard to do both.
All right, so let's go back to this game for a second. So rook f3 is out the window because we don't play it in this type of positions. Just your free-flowing thoughts. I'm interested to hear those as well.
Knight to d5 mostly.
Okay. Why?
I want to open up my light squared bishop and try to include the knight, which is not doing shit on c3, into the attack.
Yeah, this knight is terrible. Which is actually so funny. Like, whenever they taught me the Sicilian, nobody told me that actually you have a bad knight there.
Yeah, I mean, it's on the wrong side of the board, so...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, knight d5. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like knight d5.
Okay. Knight d5 is...
Yeah, no, I like knight d5 the most. I mean, I was thinking about rook e1, but like rook lifting is not an idea in these positions, so I don't want to play e5 either because I just dropped my dark square bishop. So knight to d5 would be my first thought.
Yeah, rook e1 by in itself, I'm completely fine with. I just don't really think that
it doesn't really have a purpose, so...
Yeah, but knight d5 is great.
Okay.
Bishop takes, e takes, and now this is very, very comfortable.
For sure.
Bishop f6, and here comes the big question. How should we react, and what are the potential dangers we're facing? Because actually, one of the things why these lines are played a lot with black, because they're strategic dangers for white.
If you go into endgame.
And what would be our nightmare?
The d5 pawn's a little too high up, so it becomes a weakness.
Would there be some exchanges that we'd rather avoid in the endgame?
I think we don't want to trade off our light square bishop for the knight, and also...
This one?
Yeah, the light square bishop. I want that. And also... Nah, queen endgames are not that bad. They're usually just a draw, but think if rook endgames can get a little scuffed really quickly. Because they have the half open file.
Yeah, for example, if white would just dilly-dally with king h1, takes, knight e5, and even though the engines will say, what's your problem? Well, our problem is that there's a knight in the...
Yeah, to get this knight out too.
You'll never get that out, and black has the easy plan of rolling with g6, f5.
I agree.
Now, even here, you don't have to panic. I mean, you can still go rook c1, c4, b4, and c5. But,
you don't really have an attack anymore, and that whole purpose of this opening is to have that attack.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So bishop f6? Go ahead.
Yeah. I would play bishop takes f6.
Okay. Bishop f6, knight takes f6.
Queen to h4 looks really cool.
Okay. Alright, so what is our idea?
Just take on f6 and then play queen takes h7.
Yep. Queen h4. I mean, I'm well aware I'm not hiding the moves. Which is not great from my part, but okay.
I'm gonna find the move.
But queen h, of course, you'd find queen h4. I'm not doubting that. And if I go queen b6, queen b2, what is your plan? Of course, Peppo G, you go for the sack.
I mean, rook takes f6 works.
Okay. All right, so give me the lines, please.
Rook takes f6, queen takes a1, rook f1.
And then it's bye-bye time.
Yep.
And the queen is just not in time to come back. So it's game over.
Yep.
Rook e8. All right, so with rook e8, you have to calculate here a bit.
Okay, so rook f6, g f6, queen h7, king f8. I mean, you have an exchange, but you got like a pawn for it, so it's not awful. You can play queen to h8 after king to e7. King's kind of like walking around in the middle of the board, but you can't actually play rook to e1 because then they just have king to d7. And you can't take on f6 because this rook takes e1 with checkmate, you know? So here, one of the ideas could maybe be rook takes f6, g takes f6, and then queen takes f6 instead. You're securing not only the b2 pawn, but you also have your ideas with rook to f1. I mean, the main focus here would be to not be forced to trade off queens. So they might play something like queen to e3, then you can play rook to f1. They might play queen to e7. But I think there's always queen to h6, and that looks pretty strong. So after rook to f1, instead of queen to e7, they might have to play rook to f7. But then you can't really play, well, you can play rook e3. You can actually rook f3, queen e1, then bishop f1, and you have rook to g3. So I think rook takes f3, queen takes f6 is the best shot here.
So you're saying here, right? Because I sort of lost the set a little bit.
Okay,
I apologize.
Queen takes f6 here.
Okay. Queen f6. And what was the line you were calculating?
Queen e3. And then rook f1.
Okay. Alright. So queen f6. Queen e3, rook f1. And if I go queen e5, then I get mated. Which is not a great idea. You never want to get mated. If I go something like queen e7.
Queen to h6.
f6.
Rook takes f6.
Queen g7.
Oh shit.
Yes, correct. That is correct.
Okay. So that doesn't work. I'm still confused. Rook takes f6. Where rook takes f6. Okay, let's go back to looking at queen h7. If queen h7, king f8, queen h8, king to e7. There's rook to e1, king to d7. There's also bishop to f5 check. So you could actually win a rook, and there's no back rank because the queen is still on b6.
Yeah. So we will come back to that line in a second. So you mentioned queen f6, queen h7. Is there a third option here that you could consider?
There's bishop takes h7.
Bishop h7, but then they just move the king, don't they? So that's sort of out. But I would definitely always check out something like queen h6 with mating ideas.
Yeah, that's queen to e3 here.
That's true. I mean, it doesn't work, but it's definitely something I would check.
I mean, it was just instantly queen e3 doesn't work, so I just gotta ignore that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, but one of the thing is that sometimes if we ignore everything, like not everything, but if we ignore one move, it might be just the winner one.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think you're right. So queen h7, king f8. How did your line go?
Queen h8, then rook e1.
Here, king e7, rook e1, king d7, of course, because I've got to defend that.
Bishop f5, there's king to c7, and then maybe rook takes e8. And then maybe you play queen takes b2, but then white can just play h4, so I think it's a free rook. Oh, wait, there's also queen to f2, though, instead of queen takes b2.
Notice the longer you ponder, the better moves you come up with.
Yeah, what a surprise.
But I mean, it's interesting because my older brother told me that just sit there. And I would think, like, what will be the difference? But for some reason, our brain starts ticking.
I mean, queen h8, king to e7, rook to e1, king to d7, bishop to f5, king to c7, queen to... sorry, rook takes e8, queen to f2, and then there is pretty big threat of back rank mate, but I don't know if rook... I mean, if rook c8, rook takes c8, queen takes c8, you know, king gb6, then there's... even if you go in that situation, h3 or something, there's perpetual with queen f1 and then queen to f4. So I don't even know. Wait, I need to... Where's my... Okay.
Okay, so... Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I'm just thinking for a moment.
You're definitely in the right direction. So, queen h8, here, check, here, check, here, takes, queen f2. By the way, I have a kind of a question of your mental like, when you're winning, do you feel nervous?
No.
That's perfect. Because sometimes it just is very detrimental that we kind of waste mental energy that, oh my god, I'm winning.
Yeah.
It
doesn't matter if you're winning or not, you're still playing the position. Just focus on playing the position every single move, right?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, rook c8 is definitely what I'm considering here, because, like, there's queen to f1 checkmate. What you... Like, even if you play h3 or something, like, there is a draw at the very least with queen f1 and then queen f4, and we don't want to draw. So, you know, I mean, you can stop f1 by bishop d3 too, which is pretty interesting, but...
Okay, so list me 3 moves that you think is viable, that you would consider, because probably you're winning, right?
Yeah, probably. Should bishop be d3 looks good. h3, I mean, it's a draw, we already know that. Rook to c8 is also probably a draw, so we don't want that.
So why are you so confident it's a draw? Why are you confident in either of those draws? I'm not saying they're not, but I'm just curious why you're confident.
Because there's a perpetual.
Okay.
Like, after h3, there's definitely a perpetual.
Okay.
So, and after rook c8, rook takes c8, queen takes c8, king to b6, h3, there's still queen to f1, and that's definitely a draw as well.
Okay.
So, that leaves us with bishop to d3.
Bishop d3? Mm-hmm. Any tricks?
Yeah, there's definitely something I'm missing here.
It's never a given.
Yeah, for sure. I think queen to d2. Queen to d2, and there's checkmate again. And if you play h3, then there's perpetual again.
Okay. I would think, I will check here, but I think your bishop d3 is just as fine. No, I was wrong.
Yeah, I think it's wrong. I have this feeling that this is wrong.
Now,
but I can't tell you why. But I just know it's wrong.
I just checked. Bishop d3 is wrong.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Okay, chat, everyone, my chat, everyone's chat, lurkers chat, whatever, undercover chat. There is one move here for black that's actually winning. Not even a draw, winning.
Dude, my intuition is usually correct. I just can't. Yeah? I don't have the calculation to back it up, which sucks.
You'll have it. I guess it comes with practice. So it's black to move and it's winning. Like, it's incredible. It's probably not like that incredible, but like for me to find this in a game, I would feel really happy with it. Also, it would piss off my opponent that
King d7.
Yeah, King d7.
Looks pretty. It's kind of a move I would make as a troll move, and then it turns out it's actually winning.
Yeah, exactly. Because white is sort of overloaded. The rook can't defend this square and defend the rook there, so it's mate now. Otherwise, king takes and hello.
Yep.
And goodbye.
This sucks.
Well, yes. Okay, so bishop d3, as you pinpointed, this just doesn't feel right, and it isn't good either. Okay, so that leaves us with rook c8 and h3.
You know what? You don't have to play h3. You can play h4. And then you have a place to hide your king on h3. So rook c8, rook takes c8, queen takes c8, king to b6, h4, queen takes h. If queen takes h4, then you can play bishop to h3. And if they go queen to f4, you have g3, queen f2, bishop g2, and they have no more checks after that. So the correct move is actually rook to c8, rook takes c8, queen takes c8, king to b6, and then you play h4.
And if I go queen f1 check, king h2, queen f4.
King h3.
And I'm running out of moves. I think you're right. I'll double check, but you're correct. Actually, this is the best line. What you're just saying is the best of all worlds. Like, this is the best one. You're playing better than Potkin. Potkin is playing h3.
What a noob.
Yes. And that's kind of the funny thing. Like, people think if humans put their mind to it, we can't play chess, we can't play chess. Well, androids, we're coming for you. I mean, I'm not. Nemo is coming for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's just calculation. Like, you can get it, you just need time.
Yeah, it's basically math in some ways. And her point wasn't actually this. This was her point that at the end of the day, the bishop comes back and it's just game over.
Yep. I mean, this was really cool. H4 is one of those moves that are pretty beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is those beautiful
Thank you,
moves.
Shaggy. Thank you
so much. So yeah, this is just a great
that was a
play.
great tactics line.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had enough time, you can see that from right from the start, the whole variation.
Yeah, but I think the work you put into this one is the work you need to put into
pretty much every single move. Yep.
Well, not every single move, but like you can basically even in the bullet game, I would just rattle out all these moves till Queen H7, Queen H8, Rook E1, Bishop F5.
Yeah.
And here I would spend more time, maybe like 10, 12, 13 seconds, which is a lot.
Well, the thing is, I have the ability to do this from the start in a classical game. I think for me, it's just like I know I can calculate it from the start to the end, so that's like what I prefer to do usually. Because then at the same time, you also sometimes when you go into a line thinking that it's going to work 100% and then it all of a sudden it doesn't work and your game is just ruined, right? So
yeah,
it's a hard choice to make for sure.
So what's the hard choice though?
Like it's just like it's hard to decide if you want to just go for it and then calculate later, or if you want to calculate the whole thing from the start. Yeah. So.
But again, it also boils down of if your intuition is most of the time right, and if your intuition is right, you can have the quote-unquote luxury to go in that direction.
That's true. I mean, that's true, really true. Actually, I never really thought about that way. Like, my intuition is pretty correct most of the time, so I should honestly just be like, yo, this will probably work. This will probably work. Yeah.
So probably what you can do is what I'm also sort of lucky enough to do, is saying, hey, this should work. Go into it, and then I feel, okay, this is the critical moment. I have to find the right move. I have to find Rook C8 H4 and not Bishop D3. Which would be terrible, and we would cry afterwards. I think if I play Bishop D3 here and lose, I deserve to cry. Or I mean, at least I have the right to.
You deserve to
Anyway, yep, definitely. All right, so I do think I want to show you another game where you might even recognize the players.
Okay.
Wait a second. Let me find that game.
Recognize as in my friends, or like I know their names? Because I know Morozevich was really strong like 10 years ago.
Yeah, give me a second here.
I have no idea where he went now, though.
Yeah, all right. This one. I think one of these players might have shown you and asked you to play the computer.
Oh, Gata!
Yes, it's Gata.
Absolute Chad.
Yes. All right, let me bring that board up. Okay, so E4, C5, Knight F3, E6. In fact, you tell me the moves because it's a good practice in some ways. Oh, wait, I haven't invited you again. I have to invite you, Grant, right? Yes.
Yeah, you have to invite me again.
Okay. I mean, you did well. You deserve the invitation.
Oh, Mamadiarov.
Okay. So please hide the moves. That's gonna be useful as well.
Okay, so D4.
Yeah, D4 takes, knight C6.
Knight to C3.
Yeah, Queen C7.
Wait.
What's up?
Now it's knight D5, right?
What?
I already forgot the opening.
Okay, so what would you play here normally? So don't guess the move. Just what would you play here?
A3.
Okay, that's perfect. I mean, I would prefer the order of bishop e3 and then a3.
But then isn't bishop e3? Don't you run? Oh wait, but bishop e3. There's bishop to b4, and then there's knight to b5, and then there's a3 after.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, so bishop e3 would make a lot more sense. Got it.
Yeah. And then a3.
Yes.
Knight f6.
Mm-hmm.
And now?
Wait, my board is being weird.
Well, tell the board to stop being weird.
Yeah, true. Okay, so knight to f6, and then I play a3 now.
Yeah, so the reason it might be a little bit weird, because that wasn't the order Kamsky uses, but this is the order we are going to use.
Okay. That's fine. I get it.
Okay, so a3, a6, wait. So you're looking at a different position.
Wait, what?
Did we synchronize?
Wait. No, I don't think so. Wait, let me refresh my board again.
Okay, so it should show queen c7 now.
Okay, queen 7. Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so now it's good. All right. So queen c7, and we're supposed to... Okay, now I'm gonna be the didactic, boring person. So what are we supposed to play here?
Bishop e3.
Yeah.
Yes.
a6.
Okay, a3.
Yeah. And then now knight f6. Mm-hmm. Okay, so everything disappeared for you. Okay. I mean, and here, this is the next move that is very important. This next move is probably the key move you have to remember after bishop e3 and a3.
This one is...
So
F4.
Actually, you said f4?
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you play f4?
Because...
Just guess, that's fine.
It looks like a very normal move to play. You can play queen d2 after, and then you can play... Or you can play queen to f3 after. So you haven't decided where your queen goes yet, so you can play f4. Yeah. And if you play bishop to d3, you don't get f4 after, because then there's knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, queen takes f4.
Yeah. So, in f4, if they take, you always have queen takes d4.
Exactly, so you don't want to play bishop d3, you don't know yet where your queen's going, so the logical move is to play f4.
And also you're threatening e5.
Yeah.
Right. So that's good. So the key move is this a3, bishop e3, because you stop bishop b4, and f4. Okay, so, and after d6, we're going to transpose back into this same variation very quickly. So we're gonna go back, I'm gonna get over there, and we get into these positions. King h1, rook a e1. So the thing is, if they play bishop d7, you're not going to react. b5, a3, and whoa, surprise, surprise, we transposed. Who would have thought?
Let's go.
All right, so hide the moves, please, because I don't think I can hide it for you. But
yeah, I can hide it myself. It's easy, don't worry.
Yeah. Okay, so rook b8 was played here, but if rook c8, now you would have a couple of moves that you can play for. So I think it makes sense for us to sort of think of this a little bit. Now your plan will be possible. It's not necessarily that you have to play that way, but it becomes a possibility in this type of position.
Okay, so... in these positions, I always play something like queen g3 and then e5.
Because you're a good player.
Yes, totally.
Because queen g3 is the Chad move here, right? That is true.
It is? Okay.
It is? Yeah?
It just looks like the most natural move, so it's always queen g3 and then threatening e5.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to go. I mean,
let's go, Ale Oro.
On the other hand, there will be moments, so let's say queen g3, rook e8, like if we play some other moves, let me play some other moves, let's say takes, bishop c6, here in these type of positions with the pawns on e6 and f4, now you can do your plan.
Okay. Wait.
So the plan that you really wanted to play before.
The plan I really want to play before, this is a rook lifting one, so f5?
Yes. Why do you want to play f5 right now?
Because honestly, I don't know, it feels right. Oh man,
yeah, so it's always better to prepare these pawn pushes. Whenever you push a pawn, that's a responsibility.
Yeah,
and we know about responsibilities at the later time. Not just yet. So the f5 move, what's the idea of f5? Let's be all honest here.
Well, it's to somehow be able to close off half of the center and then start attacking on the king side.
Okay, but it actually has a direct idea behind it.
Oh, does it now? That part I didn't actually know about. Maybe queen h3? Oh, what about f takes e6 and then queen h3?
Yeah, so
or
okay, or
well, no, you can't really push e5 because it's pinned, so I don't know. Those are my two ideas.
So you can actually rotate the order. Finally, I can say rotate the order. Queen h3, and now you can go for f5, and then you have pressure on e6. So you'd rather make these pawn pushes, when the knights are gone, because we hate the knight on e5. That's the worst. And after f5, you will have pressure on this pawn on e6, not to mention e5.
Yeah, I like that.
But then again, this is the moment when you can start dreaming of rook f3, rook g3 plans too. So, yeah, be careful with these pawn pushes. Try to prepare it first.
Got it.
All right, so got it and got up, played queen g3. Rook c8. Sorry, this is a different game. Rook c8 and queen g3 is great here.
Okay.
Rook e8, and here is a typical move that I'd like you to find, and then we'll move on to Gada's game.
e5?
Yeah, just e5. Okay, so e5, what is your point? What are you trying to accomplish?
If d takes e5, then there is... If f takes e5, there's queen takes e5, but you have knight to c6, because then if queen takes g3, you have knight takes e7, and rook takes e7, then you h takes g3, you win a knight. So e5, d takes e5, f takes e5. If knight takes e5, then you just have bishop to f4, but then there's knight to h5. Wait a minute. No, wait, you don't even need to play that, because you can just play... I mean, at the very least, you could play knight takes c6, f takes e5, so there's no worries. But I want to make f takes e5 work somehow. Yeah,
so let's work on that a little bit. So f takes c5, knight takes c5. What moves did you consider already?
Bishop to f4.
Okay, and knight h5, so takes.
I was looking at rook takes f6.
So you were looking at bishop f4 first, right?
Yeah, bishop f4 first.
Okay. So sometimes moves look scary, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily bad for us. Now, does it?
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
So I don't know who's waiting for whom, but I'm pretty sure I'm waiting for you to continue that one.
Okay, so bishop f4, knight to h5. Queen to h3, because then if knight takes f4, you have queen takes h7.
Yeah, that's it. And we say bye-bye.
Yeah. That looks good.
I guess doomed. So, I think this will be one of those things that you need to do.
Yeah.
Is
improve my
not
tactics.
Well, it's not really tactics. I think you cut your lines short sometimes.
This is true.
Like you find the right ideas. This is one of the best way of attacking with white, but you decide that knight h5, and you sort of drop the whole
Sometimes
game.
maybe I should force my lines through, huh?
Yeah, it's like just looking a little bit longer at
Yeah.
it. I don't know if I'm just
No, it
here,
makes sense.
that
No,
makes
for sure.
sense.
It's just like, man, I need to stop playing so much bullet. Like, once I'm done with my bullet grind, I'm gonna stop playing bullet and go back to playing longer games because it's so bad for my calculation and stuff. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because I mean, so to be honest, I don't think that like bullet is necessarily bad because it does build or shows if you have a good intuition or not. But I do take your point and I agree with it.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so back to rook b8. This is what Gata faced. And now we are going to channel our inner Gatakomsky. Everybody, start channeling your inner Gatakomsky.
Okay. Queen to g3 still looks good. So does queen to h3. I like queen to h3 maybe a little bit more here.
Why?
Because there's the rook lifting idea with rook to f. Oh wait, I can't do queen to h3 because there's e5. Well, no, even if e5, I have knight to f5. But after e5, actually, there is sorry, after queen h3, there's knight takes d4 first. So queen g3. So queen h3 doesn't work here.
Can you make queen h3 work somehow?
Yeah, I can play knight takes c6 and make queen h3 work.
That's what Kamsky did.
Okay. Let's go.
So this is one of those things I think that you will have to try to, lack of a better word, fix. Is that you see queen h3, you see the idea, you see that, oh no, this doesn't work. I mean, you see the right problem, and then you drop it.
Yeah.
Because maybe you fear that you will actually make this slip, and for some reason it won't work. But actually, chess can be a very flexible game and just rotate the ideas.
For sure.
Knight takes c6, bishop takes c6, queen h3. And now you will have this typical plan of e5, opening up the position. So if black just doesn't, well, actually it doesn't work now for some reason. Please let me play e5. In fact, this is very dangerous now. And now after g6, you could do your favorite plan of f5. So one of the other things that you have to keep in mind that you have a bit of time to maneuver around.
Okay, this is a really random question, but have you ever prayed that your opponent blundered during a game?
Did I pray that my opponent will blunder?
During a game, yeah, like on a move or something, or you just like...
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not the only person. Okay, got it.
Of course. And
I just wanted to make sure if like I was just weird for hoping my opponent would blunder. Like, I'm talking about tournament games, not like online games.
No, tournament games.
Okay, tournament game, yeah. Just make a move and pray.
And the best part is that my opponent actually did.
No, but for real. Or also pray that your opponent doesn't see a move. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I literally prayed to God that my opponent would blunder. Like, you think I'm exaggerating, but no joke. I prayed to God about this.
Yes, so e5, knight e4, f5, indeed. This is what Kamsky prepared, and the thing is, there's a completely barren king on the king side. Knight takes d2, f takes e6. You can't take this, of course, because you got mated.
Yep.
And g6, just you get demolished with rook f7. And I mean, that's kind of the fun part of this opening, that you can just play Demolition Man in these type of positions.
Yep, I like these kind of positions. We push juicers up the board.
Yeah. Knight e4.
Let's go brr.
Yeah, the f-pawn is definitely going brr over here.
Yes, this is looking good.
So he takes f7 check, king h8. And now we have to channel a bit of our tactical prowess. I mean, you're going to channel. I'm just going to sit back, relax, sip this something that I don't know what this is.
What do you mean you don't know what this is?
I don't know. It's some sort of drink, but I'm going to drink it anyway.
I really like... Oh, yeah? Go ahead.
Tastes like water.
Tastes like water? Oh, you're just having water. Okay. I thought you were going to have like something fancy.
No,
like a cocktail at 3 p.m. Okay, but like we're European, like it's normal to have cocktails at 3 p.m. Like, okay, well on vacation time, not really during work days.
I mean,
but like it's not that entirely unusual.
Yeah, it's not that I might not get tired later.
A little bit.
But anyways,
never hurt anybody.
Let's take a look at this position, and
I do like knight takes e4. And then after d takes e4, there is rook takes e4.
Hey, Polish viewer, don't be so judgmental. It's just water.
It's water. I mean, knight takes d5 has the same energy, I think. But I think still after bishop takes d5, my idea is that I don't want to take back on e4 with the bishop. I want to take back with the rook. So knight takes e4, I think is a little bit... Well, I don't even want to say it's more accurate. It's about the same. But I like knight takes e4 more. And then after d takes e4, there's rook takes e4.
Yeah, I like that idea. And if I take everything... If I take... How do you mate me?
Well, I mean, I hope you don't see queen takes h7 as checkmating 1. Okay, also, you can if h6, there's queen to f5. But also, we can do the prey gambit. Which is my favorite thing to do.
The best part of this whole thing is that Kramnik missed a mate like this, like queen f5, queen h7 mate against the computer, so.
Oh, okay. The prey gambit is my favorite thing now.
So Kamsky did very close to what you suggested. He did knight d5, but it's all the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same idea, yeah.
It's basically the same idea. Knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes e4, and this is pretty cute because everyone's in vacation. On the queen side, we can happily checkmate with the bishop and queen.
Yeah, this is looking good. The prey gambit is man, I actually like now I'm just thinking about this because when I was younger there were, I got into like I got into religion when I was really young, and there was like a phase when I would get out of religion, like when I stopped believing in God and then I got back into believing in God because I would pray to God that some of my opponents would blunder their pieces. Or like get checkmate or whatever it was. And yeah, that's actually how religion worked for me. So don't worry about it. But like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, now I just believe in God. I don't like pray that much anymore. But like when I was younger, this was like when I was like 7 or 8, okay? Like I didn't have a concept of like morality or yeah.
It really doesn't have to do anything with morality. I mean, look, I mean, you prayed, like, there was a good deal. You prayed, and then you got your reward. I don't see the immorality in that.
Yeah, but like, I think it's like this is something I never really talked to people about because it's so fucking funny. But like, this is now I'm just remembering 7-year-old me was built kind of diff. Oh my god.
Probably that means you don't read Wesley So's tweets every second.
No, I don't. I have no idea what he says, so.
Because he would, like, literally what you're just telling me, that's what he would be saying. Like, he'd be thanking every single time, you know, for the good moves. So he would be very religious.
Wait, he's thanking his own moves though, right? Like he's thanking that
No. He does give credit where credit is due. Just
okay.
Like...
But he also, yeah. So I was kind of like that. Anyway, I mean, at some point, why does my chess journey with religion get funnier? I mean, at some point, I got really disappointed in God because I wasn't performing well, and like I didn't like take a spiritual trip or anything, but it was just like I was like, man, like God is really not serving me justice or anything. So I was just like, okay. Anyways, I didn't really stop believing in a God. I just kind of realized that prayers don't really impact your game. Like it doesn't matter how much you pray, at the end of the day, right, it's gonna be based on your personal merit. So imagine getting disappointed in God because you're not playing well. But yeah, basically I was just like, okay, well, anyways, I made peace with the whole God thing in relation to my chess. And I was like, yeah, if I want something in life, I have to work towards it. So
I think that's great. Hopefully God also made peace with that.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I mean, I'm Christian, so don't you just ran into people never pray anymore, yeah. Yeah, God's trolling me, yes. No, but like, I actually went through this phase, man. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I actually went through this phase.
Yeah. I mean, I think whatever works. Like, there are a couple of things that is not really highly talked about, but if you have confidence in your move, may with the power of the prayer, or just winning everything like Carlsen, it just leads to the same result. Better confidence, better moves.
Yeah, this is very true. I mean, it's at the end of the day, spirituality is whatever you make it to be, right? Like you can pray to God, or you can pray to like fate or like higher up, but like at the end of the day, it's all about just really being accepting of yourself. I think that's what I came to realize as I got deeper into my chess journey.
Yeah, and also like accepting, and some, like, you know, you just feel fine.
Yeah,
doing
exactly.
You're
like
doing.
At some point, you stop worrying about what God is not giving you and just worrying about yourself, and that's personal growth. Even if it was in a pretty fucked up way, I think God helped me get better at chess. So it's just like, but the whole thing is so funny. Like, I don't know why I'm thinking about this today, but yeah.
That's a perfect newspaper title.
Yes. I mean, I no longer think it's all thanks to God. This is like when I was really young. But like, it's just so funny. Like, to me now. Like, the thing is, I still pray that my opponent won't see something, right? But like, it's no longer to like a higher body. Now it's just like in a general sense, like I hope they don't see this, or like I don't want them to see this, or I hope they miss this, right? But like, I think the drastic difference was between some people who are like, yo, I hope my opponent doesn't see this, is I used to literally pray to God so they wouldn't see it. So it's just like it's that diff, you know, it's that difference. Yeah,
I mean, look, I think you're on the level now. You don't
Yeah, for
need to do
sure.
that
Mm-hmm.
because God probably said, "Okay, Nemo, fine. I give you the talent so you don't nag me that much anymore."
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
like, you know what? I'll give you great intuition. This is how you should play. Now, okay, now we can call it quits. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you can pray to me later.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. So here comes King for rook f4.
Yep.
He's setting up bishop g6, king g7, and now he just went for the positional move of e6. In fact, there are some nasty, nasty ideas here.
I
So,
see. Well, okay. I
okay,
see
go
stuff
ahead.
like f8, rook f7. So that looks really,
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
That looks pretty funky, and it wins too.
Mm-hmm.
So poor Mamedyarov had to play rook f8, which, if anyone knows Mamedyarov, he doesn't like playing moves like rook f8 because it's passive and it's sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a very sad move for sure.
It is a sad move, yeah. So at the moment, we're not really going to checkmate on this side of the board. So Kamsky brings the queen back, also defends the e pawn.
Mm-hmm.
There's this threat of queen d4 check, bishop c5, queen e1, bishop d6, rook h4, and sadly for Shah, there'll be plenty of threats on this side of the board.
Rook takes h7, queen to h4, queen to f6, queen takes g6 is a very powerful checkmate.
That is indeed very, very Chad. Check here.
Yes, sir. This looks nice.
And it's game over.
Yeah, game over. Good stuff. Indeed, by
good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, Shah ruined the fun, played bishop e7. But Gara didn't care because he would hit the jackpot if taken.
Yo, oh wait, no, he didn't miss it. Never mind. I thought he missed.
Oh, you thought that he'd missed this? Nah.
No. There was something else I thought he missed, but it didn't work.
Okay, so h5. Queen d4 check, king h6, and it's white to move and mop it up.
Rook takes h5. Wait.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Does that work? Yeah, it does. If there's king to h5 and you play queen to g7.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, that feels slow though.
Okay, winning slowly, is that a bad thing?
Yeah, because I think you need to go faster with these kind of positions. You're sacrificing a lot of material, so... Nah, I feel like rook h5.
You don't like rook h5?
I like rook h5.
Okay. So rook h5, and if I g8 you?
Rook f6.
Okay. And I guess takes his mate.
Mm.
And if king g5, this is mate. Well, I mean, if we're sadistic, we'll give the pawn mate. I don't know. I mean, sometimes, I don't know. I wouldn't play h4. I think I still would play rook g6.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like being fancy, but still, like, why?
Yeah, for why?
When I was very young, I lost so many games because I wanted to play a beautiful game. Just like Sardosh.
Yeah! We've all been there. We've literally all been there. Oh my god, I feel that so... Like, even now, I still do that. So, like...
Yeah, I mean, he just... And it's so funny, like, it could also count, like, when you're just an upcoming junior, it's more important that you win than you actually play a pretty game, because who cares if you'll play pretty games later.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think after king takes h5, queen d7, and it's just game over.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, any rook moves for style points or kings to... Yep. Play for the chess montage. The funny thing is, back then, there weren't even, like, montage channels.
Yeah.
And there's still, like, hardly any chess montage channels because...
Yeah.
it's just like people don't understand. Like it's different from League or Valorant. Like you get headshot. Oh, cool. But like a chess montage, they're like, okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was a very, very talented player, Wei Yi.
Oh, yes. He's so young.
Everyone remembers his montage, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, but like, he's not top. And I mean, I think he can get there, but his style of play is a little too...
Montagey, yes.
Montagey, yeah, because it's always just tactics, and it's like a coin flip at some levels,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who's number 1 in the world? Still Magnus Carlsen.
Yeah.
Hasn't
All right,
changed.
so these were the games I wanted to show. I could show one more if you have time or if you wanted to.
I think I'm losing my focus. It's not that I don't have time, it's I've lost focus at this point.
Oh, that's great. So I have an idea. I'm curious if you're interested. But I mean, you might have other things to do. Is that we could try a hand and brain.
Okay.
And so you could be the hand, the brain, and sometimes it might be a little bit more like team chess at some moments, maybe. Or at least I will try to guide you when you should be taking a bit more of a thing.
Sure. All right. What time control do you want to do?
So I don't know. Maybe we could do with your subs. I don't know if they're
we can do subs.
Even.
Yeah, I'm down. Sunday.
So we could do. Let's try 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay.
Okay, let me follow you.
All right. Which sub wants to play? Versus us. Sub. Oh, it's today Monday.
Yeah,
Yo,
today
Dragon, get over here.
All right.
Wait, he probably has classes. Who does not have classes and who is shillin'?
Who is shillin'?
Who is shillin'? Yeah, 1 minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
Come on, Dragon. Having this. Yeah, I have this headset, and it's just always. It's not even a headset. What is this?
Wait, do you have a special microphone, or do you just have a headset?
No, So what is the other one called? I just don't have the mic. Like ear. It's not an earphone. What's it?
You mean like over the ear?
Yeah. Like yeah, you just put it in the air.
Oh, headphones?
Yeah, headphones, but it's always falling out. It's so annoying.
That's why I always wear Apple earbuds.
Oh, okay.
These are easy, yeah. Head and brain bullet, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so who wants to play? Any challengers? Foopsha wants to play? Oh, really? Come on, Ma, it's time to play Nemo. The only people who are actually who actually stand a chance. Be too hard for you if I play. True. I'll just pray to God and make God make you blunder.
Or flag.
Okay, the one thing I have not done in my life is pray to God. Oh wait, no, that's a lie. I have prayed to God to actually make my opponent's flag. I think I've prayed to God about everything at this point. And yet, understand, these were like 90-minute plus 30-second games, so...
Yeah.
Okay, Foof the Sloth. Alright, Foofsha.
Okay.
I mean, this will go really, really fast, right? So...
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, Dragon, just tell me your username and I'll challenge you. Okay.
Alright. Pawn. Knight. Pawn.
Okay.
Knight.
Pre-movie Knight. Okay. Not know your username? Yeah, it's a Dragon 1249.
Bishop.
Okay.
Knight. Pawn.
Okay.
King.
Alright.
Knight.
Oh.
Bishop. Oh.
Uh-oh, Foofsha?
Bishop.
Okay.
Bishop. Yeah, I'm being bishop. Queen.
Alright.
Bishop.
Easy stuff.
collecting. You are collecting.
Indeed.
Bishop. Queen. Rook.
Rook. Okay.
Finally, we're in the game.
Yes, indeed.
Rook. Rook, 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 rook. Oh no, the lady.
The lady. Indeed. All right, GG.
GG's, GG's.
GG's. Okay, dragon.
Oh no, we're upping the stake immediately.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. Do you want to do 3 minutes for this one?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Shit, my junior. Oh my god. Okay, dragon, get over here. All right.
Okay. Pawn.
Pawn.
Pawn. Knight.
Okay.
Pawn. Pawn. Knight. Bishop.
Okay.
Pawn. Queen.
Queen. All right.
King.
Mm-hmm.
Knight. Man, I haven't played this for a million years. Bishop.
Wait, what line do you usually play into the French?
I mean, I haven't played these pawn for a bit now.
Oh, I see. Wait, did you say a piece?
Yeah, I said a pawn.
Pawn. Okay.
Knight. Okay, knight. Well, king.
Okay.
Finally, we move our king away from danger.
Yes, this is a very thematic plan, by the way, guys.
Yes, rook.
Rook. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
And my bad. My bad. Bishop.
But even if you... Oh no, it was working. Okay, bishop. It's fine. 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 It's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
Absolutely fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, one of the things that's most important is never to lose hope. Because I think, like in chess, you always get one more chance. I mean,
exactly. As long as you're not playing against, you know, Gatakomsky. No, even against Gatakomsky, I was given so many chances.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just get way more chances than we believe.
Yeah, this is very true.
Okay, queen.
Queen.
Now take your time a little bit, but it's a queen move. Yep. Awesome.
Because the other one had knight c5, so.
Yeah, we just run into knight c5 stuff. Like, I don't even know when you did hand in brain, like, did you, like, could you even say take your time, or it was that
No, I don't think we're allowed to, yeah.
Not allowed to do?
Not allowed to, yeah, that's giving a hint.
Bishop.
Okay.
That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise then Hikaru can give way too good hints, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
It's to nerf Hikaru.
Oh, okay. That was the point. Okay. Ooh. Pawn.
It's probably not b takes c3, so I'm gonna go... It is b takes c3? Okay.
I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to do that, but okay. King.
It's fine, king? Okay.
I mean, I guess I could say that's when I get match.
Yeah, alright.
Oh no. He's really trying to go after us. Hilfe. Okay, rook b1.
Rook to b1, okay, I like this. We're getting straight told the piece moves now.
Yes.
It's becoming less than a brain and more than
Bishop.
Bishop, okay, so bishop to b5.
Alright. That was a bit blatant.
Yeah, a little bit blatant. Yeah.
Slightly
cheating.
Rook. Yep.
I mean, in that case, I could have actually gone king b1, I guess.
Yeah, king. There. Okay. Rook.
Rook. There are not a lot of places for me to go.
No, not a lot. Yeah. Queen. The lady. The lady.
Yes, I added some time, Dragon. What's your problem? Where does the queen go?
Somewhere, for sure, somewhere.
There's really not that many places to put it.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there was another thing that you should remember. So knight a4, takes, and when they play a5, you have this in-betweener bishop b5 move.
Huh? Move 14?
So takes a5, bishop b5. So you don't just leave your bishop on pre, but a5 and now bishop b5.
Wait, I'm so confused. So knight a4, bishop takes d4?
Takes, a5, bishop b5.
Okay, bishop b5, okay.
Yeah. So now they don't have bishop a6 because of the bishop takes d7, knight b6. So this is
I see.
nasty.
This is some 5-head stuff right here.
Yeah.
Rook b8 is fine for black. Well, I mean, I feel like this opening is just fine, you know, in general for black.
Yeah, it's more or less.
Yes. There's really not that much that white can do. Like, it's not like... There's not like any opening that's, you know, supposed to give...
Yeah.
a big advantage to anybody.
Yeah. But it's very playable for white. I mean, I think it's a good position.
For sure. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break. Thank you for today's lesson, Chess Weeb. You're awesome.